I was born in Vienna, Austria, on September 22nd, 1931. We went to our neighbor's apartment who was in the street, and everybody was looking out of the windows, but they didn't have the curtains drawn. They were like peeking out of the windows, and I wanted to see what it was. And I saw these whole motorcades and, oh, what this is. But I started to sense, I don't even know how to explain it, but a peculiar feeling of sort of discomfort. It began to touch me personally the next day when I went down with my mother to the park that we always went to. And then I saw this sign, no Juden, and I said, what is this, you know? I had to stop going to school because it was a Jewish school, as I said. It was right outside the Vienna woods. And what would happen is it was a great target for what I began to see a lot of, was the Hitler Youth. And they would throw rocks at us. So she did what she had to do to get me on that Kindertransport. I really didn't understand where I was going and what was going on, but I saw all these children getting on this train. Some of them were crying, but some of them were not. At that moment, I think a realization came that all this stuff that had been going on with my mother and all the nervousness in the house culminated into this. And I didn't know what this was. Lillian and Philip Adams were the family that took me to live with them for 8 years. I must have had half a dozen dolls when I got there. I had a tricycle, I had balls, and there wasn't a thing that they didn't have for me when I went there. I was crying all the time. And I remember one day looking up at tea time, we were eating, and everybody around the table, they're all crying. And I'm looking at them and I'm saying, why are they crying? I know why I'm crying, but why are they crying? They just empathized with how I was feeling, and they really couldn't do anything about it. Everything that they could do, they did. As it is, I was fortunate to have this upbringing for 8 years. Impressionable years, 7 to 15. They're very impressionable years. I couldn't ask for a better upbringing than that.
If you could say anything to Lillian and Philip Adams right now, what do you think you would say?
Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I truly believe that I would not have survived this time, but you made it possible for me to have a life and children and grandchildren. And I'll be eternally grateful for that, and so will my children. We have a word in Yiddish that says, they really did a mitzvah, which means a very good thing.